What up? I am B. Welcome to my channel where we talk about all things YouTube, drama, and current events, but we do it in a way that is fair, reasonable, and as unbiased as we can be when we can be. Today, we're going to be talking about Trisha Paytas' latest video. It is causing so much backlash, and it's unbelievable. So we need to talk about it, and I wanted to talk about it and get this up as soon as possible. So if you are subscribed to me already and you're used to seeing my face in these videos, this is going to be a little bit different. We're just going to do voiceover because, as I explained in my last video, it just takes too long to upload everything when I'm filming on my iPhone and editing on my computer. So getting a camera though, I ordered one and it should be here in like a week and a half. So super excited for that. It's definitely gonna change how often I can post and how quickly I can get videos out that are actually of my face. But for the time being, this is what we've got, and let me know if you like this even better, because then you know that you're not gonna like miss anything if you are cooking or cleaning or doing whatever and not strictly focusing on the screen. You can just listen to my voice. So let me know if you like that, or if you really do just prefer actual videos, sit down videos where we can look at each other face to face. All that being said, let's go ahead and get into Trisha Paytas' video. If you don't know who Trisha Paytas is, she is a 31-year-old YouTuber. She's based in LA and she has 4.9 million subs. She is kind of a legend on YouTube, or she's a seasoned YouTuber. She has been on YouTube for over 10 years, has made a ton of news, a ton of waves. She's not always in the drama, but pretty frequently, and this last video is no exception to getting her involved in drama. The title of the video is I Am Transgender, parentheses, female to male. And this video, she posted it today, and it already has 7.2 thousand likes and 28,000 dislikes. And that's just in the course of a few hours. Like I said, she posted it today, so definitely a lot of reactions for being up for such a short amount of time. But basically in the video, Trisha talks about how she is transgender, but she also identifies as a gay male, and she also feels that she identifies with her with her birth gender, which it's a lot of contradictions. So she talks about how growing up, people always said that she looked like a man because she had a mustache, and how everyone called her a man, and it gave her this kind of complex about, things would be so much easier if I was a guy, and people treat you differently, they perceive you differently when you're a man than when you're a woman, and I feel more like a man because I don't like attention on me unless I want the attention. And I mean, starting off with that, that's not indicative of someone who is transgender. She said that she's very attracted to gay males and she just likes to be around them. She feels very drawn to them, so she feels like she is a gay man. And she also said that she has a hard time being friends with females. She doesn't get females, she doesn't get the cattiness, she doesn't like it, and because of that, she also that's another reason that she feels that she is a gay man or transgender female to male. And the thing about that is, I don't know how much of an understanding Trisha has of gender roles, but I feel like she is kind of under the misconception that gender roles equal gender identity or sexuality, and she thinks there's a list of these 5 things that if you fall into this category, then you're a female, and if you don't fall into it, then you're something other than that, which is just crazy. in America, our gender roles are so flexible these days. They are so fluid. Like, not getting along with females doesn't constitute you not being a female. It's just crazy to me that she thinks that because of these reasons, like, that she's like, I'm everything. I don't like labels, is what she said. She's like, I don't like labels. I don't think we have to have them. Yet she labels herself as transgender and a gay man and someone who identifies with, like, her birth sex, her birth gender, which is just so misguided and offensive, to be honest. I mean, typically in my videos, I like to think about, like, okay, how could they have said this better, or what would have been a better approach? How would this have turned out? You know, how could we have made this less problematic? Really trying to find a solution, or if people are really upset about something, trying to analyze it and be like, okay, well, was it really that bad, or was it just a small mistake? But this is just something on a whole other level that is really not okay when people who are transgender actually have, like, gender dysphoria or body dysmorphia. You know, there are reasons why they feel that they are another gender, or they identify as another gender, because they have that underlying cause, the gender dysphoria, body dysmorphia. You know, like, it's actually something that can be identified and linked to those feelings, and, you know, the feeling of not being at home in your body and all that. And so I think for Trisha to just be so casual about it and be like, oh, well, I'm like a guy in drag, you know, if every day I just don't wear makeup, and then some days I get really glammed up, and then that's when I want the attention. Those are such, like, surface level, shallow things to say about something that a lot of people struggle with. It's incredibly disrespectful, to be completely honest. And another thing, like, another part of this video that I have a problem with, there's two other parts I want to talk about. So there's, you know, the whole shallow reasons, but I feel like if you ask any girl, like, hey, when you're at home in your house, are you 100% dolled up? Like, are you in high heels with full glam on? Chances are no. But that doesn't mean that every girl who doesn't wear makeup every single day is transgender. It just means that we didn't feel like putting makeup on, or we want to be comfortable and we want to be in sweatpants when we're running errands, you know? Like, it doesn't mean that you are transgender, or you're a gay man, or you're a drag queen, because some days you like to get dolled up and other days you don't. So there's that. And then I also wanted to talk about the fact that she was talking about like, not wanting attention from gross straight males, and how she doesn't want to be objectified and all of this stuff. And I'm wondering if some of this is stemming from her problems with straight males. Like, she said that men are always objectifying you, men are so rude. Like, she generalized the straight male population at large, which I think is indicative of her struggles in the past with relationships, boyfriends. She has, I don't know the best way to say it, but like an on again, off again relationship with her dad. You know, he left for a while and she didn't live with him, and then she came out here and they got close again, but they're not super close now. You know, when you have a relationship like that where your dad is not constant in your life, it can give you problems with men, duh. But that doesn't mean that every straight male is disgusting and objectifying and just, you know, looking at you, undressing you with his eyes, whatever it is she thinks. Like, in my head, she is wanting to say that she identifies as a gay male because she thinks as a whole gay males are a better group of people than straight males, which is just, you can't just generalize a group of people like that. You can't say that all males are, like, all straight males are bad and all gay males are good. And just because you have a preference and you don't like men who are too masculine, just because you're attracted to a certain group of people and you like spending time with that certain group of people over another, in general, like in your experience, doesn't mean that you are suddenly a gay man. Like, it's just, she's confusing like being attracted to and being interested in a certain group of people. She's equating that with being a gay man or a transgender man or a drag queen. Like, all of these things, she flips back and forth between, I don't like labels, I'm all of these things, which is, I'm gonna say this like a million times, it's crazy, it's wild, it's just not great. And she also, at one point, this is a little bit off track, but she said, she's like, and people say I'm crazy or I'm schizophrenic, but I don't identify as having multiple personalities. Like, people don't choose to have multiple personalities. That is not a choice. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what the point was in her saying that, but like, I think it just proves how flippantly she is approaching this whole thing, instead of like sitting down and giving some real consideration to, how do I feel in my body? Like, how do I feel best? Do I look at myself and do I hate having this body? Or do I hate having these reproductive parts? Like, do I hate these secondary sex traits? Do I feel uncomfortable? Like, she doesn't think about anything like that. She's just like, it's so fun to have short hair and not wear makeup, because she dressed up as a guy for a vlog and, according to Nick Snyder, for a new music video that's coming out. And speaking of Nick Snyder, he posted a live today and somebody commented being like, oh, did you see Trisha's last video? What's your opinion on that? And he read the title, he didn't watch it, and he said that she's coming out with a new music video, so this is her trolling. Like, it's a joke. Which, coincidentally, is the third thing I wanted to talk about, because Trisha is known for trolling. Like, that is her specialty. She's come out as, I'm gay, I'm bi, I'm a chicken nugget. Like, it is very classic of Trisha to come on here and troll people. I don't think this is trolling, but for a while she was posting videos about why she supports Donald Trump, and then, like, after he got elected and after there was a lot of backlash on that, she was like, I'm trolling, you guys know me, that was just a joke. Which, if you watched the videos, I don't think when she posted them she was intending them as jokes, but who am I to say anybody else's intentions? But the point remains, if this is trolling, it's incredibly problematic. It is insanely insensitive. It is just, it's sad, to be honest. I mean, for a while there, probably 2-3 years ago, I really did like Trisha, and when she posted stuff, I would, immediately I'd go watch it. Or she's doing mukbangs, I would, watch them before work. When I was alone at my house, I'd eat my breakfast and watch a mukbang or watch her vlogs, or just, I really enjoyed her content. And then slowly I kind of started stepping away from it. And because my thing is, like, if you want to troll, that's totally fine. If that's your specialty, that's great. But at a certain point, it just becomes too much. For me, she'll post stuff that's trolling, but be so serious about it. And I like to know the authentic person underneath. Like, I don't like people, for me, from my own content viewing preferences, I don't want to watch somebody and have to constantly be questioning if they're messing with me or if this is something they're saying sincerely. So I think that's a main reason why I stopped watching, is just because I was like, okay, I can't do this. I don't know if you're being serious or not. I don't know what is genuine coming out of your mouth and what is just for views and what is for clicks, and who is genuine Trisha, who is YouTube Trisha, And I get it. We all have, like, personas that we put on in front of certain people, or a lot of YouTubers are, they'll play their personality up for the camera and they'll be really loud or fun or whatever it is. But most of the time that's just like, well, I can't even say most of the time. The people that I like to watch, it seems like those personalities are an amplification of who they actually are. That just makes them more engaging to watch, as opposed to a completely separate personality that they've created for YouTube. So it was that made me stop watching her. And then additionally, after she started dating Jason Nash, because nobody knew if it was real or not, nobody knew what was going on, if it was genuine, if it was for views, and I just didn't like it. It's hard to keep up with it. So all that being said, it was an interesting video to watch. I didn't like it. I understand why it has so many dislikes. If she is sincere in feeling this way, so many people have said it before, like she needs counseling, she needs therapy, and if she truly does think that she is transgender, she absolutely needs to go to like a therapist or a psychiatrist to determine, how much of it is true gender dysphoria or how much of it is her being confused about social constructs of gender, and figure it out. And if it is not a sincere video, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. She always stirs up drama for clicks, for views. She just posts things to get attention, and I get it. That's how you make money in the social media world, is by being relevant, by causing a scene, by driving traffic to your videos. But I just think this is it was a really poor choice in topic to troll on, especially like just with everything, with all that she does, all the people that she calls out for things, especially with her past relationship with Sean, and what she did after that fell apart, coming out as quote unquote gay, coming out as a chicken nugget. Like, she has been historically insensitive to people of the LGBTQ plus community, despite the fact that she says she's an ally and she does have friends who are gay, and she said that she's been with people who are bi. You can be an ally but still be offensive and still make bad decisions, and you can like a certain group of people, but that doesn't mean that you are a good representation of what support to them looks like. And in your head you can say like, oh well, I love gay guys, so I'm a great ally, but when you do stuff like this, it completely undercuts the support that you claim you want to give to that community. So I don't know which is worse, if it's sincere and she is just out of touch with, and she's just really confused and out of touch with what it actually means to be transgender, or if she's trolling. But that's basically what happened. Those are my thoughts on it, and I want you to let me know what you thought about it below if you watched it. Like, do you think that she is actually being sincere, or do you think that this is typical Trisha posting something because she knows it's going to be controversial and she knows it's going to get her views? And if you think what she did was okay or not. I mean, do you think that this is something that is really, just insanely offensive and horrifying, or do you think that because you know that she's a troll, it's just her being lighthearted but in a very offensive way? But yeah, let me know if you watched it, what you thought of it, how you're reacting to it. A lot of people are mad. Online posted a story about it already. A website called pride.com posted a story where a lot of people were upset, and I think with valid reason. I haven't seen anybody something that is kind of uplifting for me is I haven't seen anybody saying like very hateful things, because sometimes when people mess up or they say something offensive or they post something bad, people will just automatically go with like the death threats, calling names, saying really hateful, hurtful things, but I've seen most people being like, just straight up just being like, Trisha, this is not okay. Or, you know, making the jokes about like, Trisha, like, nobody blank Trisha identify as a gay man and a transgender, you know, like being a little bit more calling her out, but without being vile about it, you know, without being too intense. And I think that that's a good way to go, because if you get too intense and too outraged about the things that people do wrong, sometimes that can lessen the impact of your message, depending on the approach that you take when you are so angry and hurt and outraged. So I think it is cool to see people reacting in a way that's just like, dude, this isn't it. Like, this is not funny, and kind of calling her out for the contradictions that she made in the video. But I will link the stories down below, the websites that I read from pride.com and eOnline, and that way you can look at those if you want. But if you go to her video, if you go to Twitter, the same comments are all over there. So that is it for this video. Like I said, let me know your opinion down below. I would love to hear what you think of it and what you thought of the video overall, what you think her intention was in posting this. I'd love to have a great discussion about it. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for listening to it. I would love it so much if you would like or subscribe to my channel. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. It is so fun to just hang out with you and be able to chat about all these things. I really enjoy it, so thank you. And with all that being said, that is it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching, and remember to go out there and be the voice of reason in a world full of crazy. Bye.